for you to overcome your father not being there for you, whether, I don't know how to explain this, because there's some situations where your father wasn't there for you because they're either physically dead or they're in jail or they're elsewhere. And there could be a case where your mom didn't want you to see your father or things like that. There's different levels of involvement involved. Like you have to get every single person's perspective before you actually come to a true conclusion. You understand? Because that's part of it. It's like when you have no knowledge or only have one side. It's like I won't say it's difficult to overcome, but it's challenging. But at the same time, you hear all that noise in the background. You hear all that noise in the background, yeah? Like leave it answer the comment section below and let me know if you hear that noise in the background. Because for me, it's pretty loud. And it's funny because, actually no, let me not talk about all that stuff there with that. But the whole point is to overcome. It's like, for example, I have to overcome this noise and still record this video and give you the knowledge that you need to know, right? So it's the same thing for you now. You have to focus on what you can do right now. Yeah? Like I said, you've got to figure out all sides and all that stuff there. But the past is the past. Obviously, you need to know your history and you need all that stuff there. That's very vital. But at the same time, some things are the past. But if you really want to know and you know that your father is alive, then you've got to really find them and ask them. Be open-minded. Like, be open-minded. Don't be closed-minded. Because I understand how some mothers, unfortunately, they can make their children become closed-minded when it comes to their fathers. Sometimes it's out of bitterness, sometimes it's out of jealousy, sometimes it's out of hurt, so they don't want their children to get hurt. It's kind of a protective kind of thing, but it's not. It's like it's selfish, but it's not selfish. You understand? You got to figure out what's their perspective. Now I feel like I'm waffling. I don't know, so I'm gonna try and cut this video short. So what you gotta do is focus on you. Focus on what you need. Focus on what you want, and just go after what you want. Go after what you need. For example, like I said, if it's about your father and find out more information, then go ahead and do more research and find out where you can find your father, contact him, and stuff like that. However, I would strongly 100% recommend that you actually find your purpose or your mission, your personalized mission on earth. Once you do that, that's your main focus. Obviously your health and your wealth is a focus, but your mission, your purpose in life, focus on that. And if you don't know what that is, then I strongly recommend you click on the link in the description box below where it says become a member of the Onochie-Obayuwana Trust, and you'll get access to online courses such as parenting. That's in that course where you find out more information on what your actual purpose is and what your personalized mission on earth is. On top of that, you'll get access to online courses such as roles in relationships. So what would happen is, whether you're a man or a woman, you will learn information on how to be a man or how to be a woman, like a proper manhood, proper womanhood, learn all those traits so you can nurture that in you and implement it. And on top of that, you'll get access to online courses such as healthcare, so you know how to deal with, you know how to react to situations as your gender. You get it? So you don't become mentally ill, because it can become a thing where, if you constantly put it in your mind, oh, I've got to solve this problem of, like your father abandoning you, feeling like your father abandoned you or whatnot. You can become very obsessive, and when you become very obsessive and you don't get the answers you need or you want within whatever time span, or you don't get it at all, what tends to happen is you lose focus, and once you lose focus, you're throwing your life away. So you need to focus on your life and create your legacy. You get it? And once you create that legacy, you're breaking the cycle, so to speak. So yeah, I'm making it. I don't know why I'm making this video any longer than it should be. So go ahead, click on the link in the description box below, yeah, where it says become a member of the Active Healer and Trust. You get access to those online courses, like I said, healthcare, roles and relationship and parenting. And if you've got any questions or any topics you'd like for us to discuss, then by all means, leave it in the comment section below. And as always, peace, blessing, and more prosperity.